It's time for the snake. Oh my gosh. Garden snake. Was just chilling on the bike path. And then it ran as soon as I saw it. And now it's the next day from that snake that you just saw. I just scratched my nose. Yeah, that happened. So, today I've woken up really late. I brushed my teeth. I've eaten breakfast. And I'm just going to get caught up on a whole bunch of YouTube videos as I clean the mess that is this room. So let's analyze it. That's really messy and unorganized. Well, this actually, believe it or not, is actually kind of organized. I kind of, it's not like there's like garbage within it. It's just, this. So I don't think I want to mess with this because it's the silk string. It's the helicopters. It's it's Alfred. It's that stuff. I'm not sure what I'm doing with these three things. Those two should go into the bathroom. That I might take downstairs. I don't know. Yes, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I might just throw it out. I was going to cheer and grow an apple tree, but I think I'm going to try and figure out better seeds for that. I got to organize the prop box. It's got a bunch of stuff on it. I can figure out what I'm doing with all the GoPro stuff. Like half it's in the vest. Then there might be a couple pieces that are in the bag. Got to pick up the socks. Man, those socks are going to take me freaking all day. Socks are so hard to pick up. Just kidding. And that's about it. I got to put away all this laundry. Fortunately, I can't do any more laundry because it's the weekend and my parents have laid claim to the weekend doing laundry. And yeah. But basically, I think I'm going to try and reorganize these a bit because they're a little unorganized and stuff. I'm just going to, kind of try and reorganize all this, figure out what we're going to do exactly with the keyboard over here and whatnot. Got some papers over here. It's not like super messy, but it's like, I'm mostly going to organize my vest and my bag so that I'm like ready to roll whenever I need to roll. And yeah, looking at it again, this is actually pretty organized, and I kind of cleaned everything up. And I don't really feel like doing any more organizing. I'd rather just dance around. So, that was an interesting burp. So, I just went on for like 12 minutes on my Kodak, and it just said F you to me. I just talked about so much. I'm going to try and do it again. So, basically, guys got kicked out of the wasteland. And, no, first what I said was I talked about how I ate dinner, and then I wasn't feeling good. And I don't know if it's just a jayBacca problem or if this is a thing, but every time when I get nauseous after like eating, I just need to like lay down and wait for my body to be ready to poop, and then I go poop, and then I feel good again. So I don't know if it's just me. Do you do that? Do you ever heard of that? I don't know. It's just weird. But honestly, this phone is reliable. I've not had an issue from this phone yet. But that phone, just facepalm. But that camera, the Kodak, right there, that piece of garbage, it's really showing that it's not a good camera anymore. Every time it does that, it's like, I think it's for sure the second time. It might be the third that it's done that recently, but it always goes back to it, like, wanting me to put in the date and the time, and it always starts off at 2010. Which makes sense because I got it back in high school. I might have to go to using this camera, which I really don't want to freaking do, but I don't have any good. Basically, let's talk about the friend situation now that I was talking about, and then I started talking about my dream, which was really crazy, and I'm going to get to it in a little bit here, but be ready for it, because it was a lot. I don't even know what to make of any of it. Actually, something I didn't think about earlier. I'll talk about it later, possibly. Basically, Panama Jack and Tree Man got kicked out of the wasteland because they were staying there, and I don't even know how I worded all of this. I'm really bad at wording things sometimes, so I struggle, and I worded it decently on that camera, but you'll never know because it just completely said F you, and I don't like that clip. And I'm just gonna not stop recording or even turn off when I press the power button, because that's just how that camera rolls for some reason. Yes, I am looking at myself. Hey, what's up? Good looking. You messed up on your hair. Stop showing it. I can't help it. Sorry, I'm yelling at myself in whispers because people are sleeping. And my upper lip is dry. And my friends are planning on leaving at the end of the month, which is why I've been hanging out with Ray a lot to work to find other stuff to do after they leave, because for the most part, they've been my life, like, this year, because their problems have sucked me in pretty much every time, because I'm a kind of generous person, and so are my parents, and I don't know why, but I'm framing up the window, so, yeah, there's nothing really tying them here, and they're moving away, hopefully to a place where they'll have better possibilities. And oh man, my life is just crazy. You know, I'm having really hard time every time I use this camera. Really hard time at not looking at myself, which because I'm right over there. I'm right over. Right. No. I'm over it'd be really awkward to try and hold the phone the other way. So if you catch me looking over here, I'm looking at myself. I'm sorry, but my eyes really bloodshot. Sorry. I'm kind of tired and drowsy, and I was really comfy and could have just fallen asleep if it weren't for that light. That's over there, and that screen. I kind of do like this so I can turn and see what I'm pointing at, and just be can't get video bombed. We saw that earlier. I hope the shot isn't too grainy. I should probably work on that. But basically, let's get to this dream. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So much. I really wish I could watch over the clip of what I just did. Even if it was unable to be used on the computer, just being able to, watch how I worded everything. And my transitions and stuff, which are never good anyway. But basically, the stream started out, I'm not actually sure how it started out. I'm just going to kind of guess at how it went. But I was with one friend who, we're at his house, which wasn't his actual house. But it was kind of just a dream world house. And it was a much smaller house than his house. And then somehow I ended up going with him. Me and him just ended up at this other dude's house. Don't even know who it is, but I've been to that house before in my dream world, and I don't know why. Because I've never seen this house in real life, or I might have. I don't know. I really don't remember a lot from my childhood, so there might be houses in my dreams that are from my childhood that I just don't remember. Like places that I just like visited for a day or something. Because I've lived in this house my whole life. This has been my bedroom for 21 years. And I am 21 years old. Isn't that crazy? Back to the dream. Somehow, some way. There was also the Power Rangers get into it. There was a lot of Power Ranger stuff, like just like a whole bunch of Power Rangers. It was kind of Zordon era way of doing things where like when the powers changed, you were a ranger that you just like you were that ranger, and then now the new ranger. It was really weird, just a bunch of rangers switching their powers and whatnot, and that was in there somewhere. I think that was after that. And then I was with some other friends, and we were celebrating this one chick's birthday. Don't know who she is. And somehow we ended up in my old high school. I photobombed somebody in the hallway because people were taking pictures. I don't know why, but they were. And school's in session, but like people were about the like it was like one of the last days of school or something. I don't know. And I can hear my heartbeat in my ear. It's gone. Never get that where you just like randomly start hearing your heartbeat in your ear. It kind of throws you off. It's like, the heck was that thunder? Or was that my heartbeat? You cannot see what I'm doing. I'm trying to check my pulse. I'm just. Is that my heartbeat? But bump. My throat is really dry, which is weird because I just drink like 32 ounces of this grape stuff. So if my teeth are hairball on my tongue, you can blame that. I feel like there was a hair on my tongue. I'm used to hairs on my tongue. This beard, that hair, or my old hair at least. But this beard, yeah, it's always to blame. It's always to blame. It was long enough that I can like just put it in my mouth, which is crazy. I was like, my beard is long enough that I can eat it. But anyway, the craziest part of the dream is yet to come. I was, oh my gosh, 10 minutes. It looks like clip's gonna be 12 minutes, just like it was on that camera before it said F you. But the bell rang. This chick went to class. I, for some reason, had like this sack of like things that looked like dog treats that were like, like really long, white, like rawhide bone things. But it was like human food. I don't know what it was, but that was kind of like the shape of what they were. It was a big bag of like a bunch of them. And there were like microwaves, which there weren't microwaves in my high school. But there were microwaves, and I popped them in, and I started microwaving them, and I went and sit down, and at a table near, kind of like with a table behind me, and then there was like this kid sitting at the table, like working on something or eating, I don't know, and the janitor shows up and just yells at us because there's like all this confetti that we didn't even put there. It's just yelling at both of us, and then somehow I ended up on my side with the garbage can on its side, my arm in the garbage can, and then I just kind of get up. We all go our separate ways, and just like, yeah, it was crazy. And at that point, I kind of just woke up. But That was a crazy, crazy dream. Bunch of Power Rangers, bunch of different locations in that dream. Just so many people. And it was weird because it was like I was in a hallway, then I couldn't get out of that hallway without going through somebody's classroom. And then all of a sudden I could. Like there was just like this big opening to another hallway. Actually, no, it was just to the cafeteria, which is weird. I was like, how do I could go through that door to get to that other door to get out of here. But then, oh my gosh, here's the cafeteria. Let's just turn and go here. It's really weird. If I have anything else to say, I'll come back. But if I don't, you may recommend your weirdness. And I'll see you next time. Not tomorrow. Next time.